Have you ever lied? Have you ever been lied to? I'll be honest with you. There was a time and place where I used to lie so much. And just by virtue of telling you that I lied so much, I am no longer a likable person. No one likes a liar. Liars don't know why they lie sometimes. Sometimes you lie because you want to protect someone. That someone could be yourself, could be your reputation, could be someone else's reputation. Regardless, people have reasons to lie. And sometimes it is quite the opposite. Sometimes people lie to get something. One thing in common is that we all agree religion tries to spread peace. And this is where I will talk about Ross and Vildred. What happens if you had a religion that promises you peace, that promises you something, but then you find out your religion, the embodiment of your religion, is a liar? That and more we will talk about today. However, before we do talk about Ross and Vildred, I want to talk about real life. I want to level with you. How many times have you read in the news that some celebrity, some millionaire, billionaire lied and made a scam? Could be an NFT project, could be something else. I don't want to be political here. I don't want to be whatever woke criteria I have in mind. I don't want to be whatever is the whatever. All we know is some people lie, corporations lie all the time, and yet somehow they are never punished. And we can argue all day about who deserves punishment, court of law, blah, 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 corruption, long list of things. The point is, there are people out there who scam on a daily basis, and yet, although their reputation is shattered, people still scam. Can we talk about pyramid schemes really quick? One person preys upon 5 people prey upon 25 people, 25 people prey upon blah, blah, blah. You have a pyramid now. Now this pyramid, the person on top, did you really think this person could just lie to anyone? Maybe he can't lie to me. Maybe he can't lie to you. But maybe there is a possibility that he preys upon the desperate. Really, what is the point of a religion? What does a religion promise? I don't want to get into the woke agenda, so I will leave it there. The point is, desperate people are in need for desperate measures. And when someone lies, even if it's a lie, sometimes, just sometimes, you want to believe in that lie. Now, while the goddess DJ didn't technically lie much, Ross himself doesn't lie, at least not that I'm aware. Hiding the truth is usually side by side to lying. It's akin to lying. It's kind of like, instead of telling someone, hey, you died, you just tell them you'll disappear. It's like, what do you mean I'll disappear? By keeping things vague, people are often confused, and they always play the card that, hey, this thing is testing my faith. While we can argue what is testing someone's faith, what is testing someone's will, what is testing someone's patience, what is lying, what is hiding the truth, what is this, what is that. The point, or at least the agreed upon agenda in my opinion, is that speaking in a half-truth is no different than lying. You see people do this all the time, where they will commit a crime and then they will say, well, a part of what I did is not a crime, therefore I do not deserve the full punishment. And people do actually get away with a lot of fraud and crimes, and all they get is a slap on the wrist. But in the case of Epic 7, what does DJ promise? Well, just by worshipping DJ, suddenly you're stronger. Suddenly you have the power of light within you. As you know, DJ is the goddess of life. So the nuns in the story are often soul weavers. These soul weavers obviously restore life. If you're injured, they close a wound. If you're mentally tired by some kind of spell, they can clear your mind. However, know this, magic is no substitute to medicine. And when you have a medicine offered up to you, you have to ask yourself, is this a blue pill or is this a red pill? And why am I talking about blue pill, red pill? Now, the reason I do mention red pills is because, you see, placebos are a real thing. A doctor will often prescribe to you some medicine, and in most cases, this medicine is exactly what you need. And far from the lawyers to come chase after me and law enforcement and whatever, I'm not saying my doctors do this, I'm not saying the doctors of my country do this, but like somewhere out there in the world, a doctor will give you a medicine that's not intended to treat you. Rather, who knows if this is a medicine in the first place? They give you a placebo pill and it somehow works sometimes. Oftentimes it doesn't work, but the fact that the study is practiced is kind of shady in my opinion. Now, I don't want to talk about the pharmaceutical and healthcare stuff. Since I did mention blue pill, red pill, I think I want to talk about The Matrix really quickly. So if you're unaware of what The Matrix is, actually, it's a good movie, but we're not going to touch on the movie itself. We're just touching the concept. Basically, humanity has been injected into this fictional world, this computer-generated world. Everyone is sitting on a desk somewhere out there. They have this thing covering their eyes, a headset, and this headset lets them live a fake life. Now, this fake life is very applicable to what Vildred was talking about. You see, when the goddess DJ does reset the world, people who have died before cease to exist, no memories, no traces left behind. And it really makes you wonder, are you you? How many lives have you lived? How many times have you went through the same suffering? And that is precisely what happened. Vildred in the Sixth World fought Charon and died. Or almost died. He lived, actually. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been reborn. But in the Seventh World, during Eulogy for a Saint, Charon approached Vildred and told him, hey, these are your memories. So when Charon showed Vildred his old past memories, Vildred came to realize, hold on a moment, are you saying this is the seventh world? Are you saying this is the seventh time I've lived? You know, we don't know how many times Vildred has lived. He could have lived once or twice for all we know, but the point still stands. The fact Vildred has been reborn, and the fact he was brainwashed by his own goddess, he kind of entered a state of nihilism, where does it really matter if the archdemon destroys the world? You see, people are often against religion, or at least my apologies. Atheists usually who oppose religion have their own talk about how religion tests this, tests that, and long list of things. And some people are like, but religion also offers this, offers that. But in this case, that doesn't really apply because Vildred knows there is a goddess, okay? He's not an atheist, but just the fact that this god and its religion lied, he enters a state where he opposes the religion at first. But opposing the religion isn't enough. And this is where we enter a point of nihilism. The belief of nihilism is that religions are useless because life is meaningless. And there is someone out there who did record a video, uploaded on YouTube, where he did talk about Vildred and nihilism. Do check out that video, I think it's a really well made video. But since the worlds do keep resetting, It's no different than the Matrix. If Vildred doesn't die in this world, and if the Archdemon dies, well, cool shit. Just go to the next Archdemon. And when you do destroy the world, it's just gonna get reset anyways. Who cares? You see, Vildred wanted to end that cycle, since the point of death is that death is permanent. So when you relive lives, when your lives are reset, when your memories are erased, really, is there any point in living? It's a doomed future. Say you did defeat the Archdemon this time, and the next time, and the third time. It doesn't matter. If the Archdemon wins the fourth time, everything will be wiped out. And that is how Vildred adopted a nihilistic view of life. And that is how he came to betray Dien, or at least backstab Dien. I don't know if he betrayed Dien, but yeah, he did backstab Dien. But it is unfair to say that Vildred betrayed Ross. It's unfair to say Vildred betrayed Dien, since after all, did Vildred do something wrong? I mean, everyone lied, or at least Ross and the Guardians lied. They knew about the world's recreation since time immemorial, and it really does make me wonder, why? Why did they have to lie? Now, Ross argues that had this knowledge been public, people would panic or something of that sort would happen. And Iseria, at first, while in denial, she agreed that she would have done the same thing, obviously. But Vildred, not so much. Vildred disagreed. He doesn't believe in a goddess that lies. And so, we have Arbiter Vildred. Now, according to a quick search, it says that the word arbiter means a person who settles a dispute or has ultimate authority in a matter. Another definition can be a person whose views or actions have influence in a particular sphere. And the word arbiter comes from the word arbiter. Wow, 10 out of 10 story writing right there. The old Latin word meant judge or supreme ruler. Now, is Arbiter Vildred a ruler? No. Is he a monarch? Well, lucky for you, we do have a skin, Dark Monarch Vildred. You know, Dark Monarch Vildred, I'm waiting for that skin to come out in like main story or arena story, whatever. I really do hope that it shows up somewhere. Now, the thing is Arbiter Vildred really an arbiter? I have no idea. Straight up, I'm telling you, the events of the story do not add up. Now, Vildred, although he has fallen into a state of despair, it seems like he was willing to compromise, and that is only towards the end of the story, where Ross, heir of the Covenant, realizes that lying is bad and that lying will only lead to more consequences. As you can see, there were some characters in the story that once believed in Ross, but then once they found out the truth, of course, thanks to Charon's interception, they decided to betray Ross and betray DJ. Now, again, it's really difficult to say that they betrayed Ross, that they betrayed DJ, since, once again, is it really betrayal if this person was telling you half-truths all along? Like, is telling someone a lie considered betrayal? Because in that case, Ross and DJ have betrayed everyone since the very start, and there is an argument to be made there. Towards the end of the story, in order to guarantee that there will never be any more Archdemon wars, Vildred tells Ross that he will ask the goddess to leave the world. At least to temporarily leave Orbis. It's never said that she will ever come back, which if she does come back, that would be very funny, because the Archdemon Wars still won't resume, because as it turns out, episode 2, Fastus was the one who orchestrated this all along, which, you know, funny, Vildred died for nothing. It wasn't even DJ who was evil. It wasn't Iliros who was evil. It was Fastus all along. What a amazing story. It's amazing how they make Vildred a good character, or when I say good, I don't mean evil, bad, or hero good. No. I mean good as in well written. It's really crazy how they make such a good character meaningless. I hate you, Smilegate. Screw you, Smilegate. Anyways, so DJ is gonna leave the land, and there will be no more Archdemon wars. And of course, Vildred was persuaded for once, because now that death is actually permanent in a good way, in the correct way, in the way it should have always been, the fact you will not relive another life, and that you have one life, that precious feeling of life. Vildred was persuaded. He was about to actually drop his weapon, but he dropped his weapon anyway, because fucking Archdemon Mercedes just one-shot him in the back. Honestly, Mercedes, screw you, you and Archdemon. Anyways, point is, when I refer to the meaning of life, the correct way of living life, I'm sorry to say this, but Vildred wasn't the only casualty of this. You know, I'll let Berkut do all the talking.
Nothing but lies. Lies! 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 Lies!
Yeah, I kinda have to cut you there, Berkut. You know, I was kind of half expecting him to actually explain the lore, but come on, man. See, this is what happens when you lie. People go mad, and Berkut is just one example. RB, one example. Now, the next victim of lies is Sigret. Now, no one told me that Kisei was a mother when I started the story. You know, Kisei married the king of Terranor, and then boom, supposedly she died in the 6th world. I'm not sure how, but apparently, supposedly she did. And yeah, she had a child. And can I just ask you this one question really quick? If Friedrich was born in the 6th world, let's say he's a baby, because, you know, I don't think Friedrich grew up with Kisei. She had to abandon, you know, her family to fight the Archdemon, blah, 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 yeehaw, long list of things. The battle was in Breezy Plain, and that's why no one lives there, because the people who used to live there are all dead. Anyways, so Kisei died in the previous world, and then the king of Terranor was like, no, my love, I love you, you can't be dead. Which, can we just talk about how this man somehow remembers Kisei, even though the goddess DJ quite literally removed his memory? Like, think about it. Friedrich, how does he remember he had a mother? When technically speaking, his mother no longer exists. She's wiped out of his memory. Like, bro, yeah, they literally could have used that as a story, like, yo, the Virgin Mary is real or something. But no, what happened is, this guy, this king of Terranor, the Mad King, tried to revive Kisei. Now, how did he get Sigret? I don't know. I really don't know. I know that Sigret is a homunculus, but the fact that he nailed down Kisei's proportions, her mole marks, everything, that's just far from me to know. This man, through time and space, revived his wife. What the? Anyways, we can compare Kayron to a devil here. You see, Kayron, not much is there to talk about. He gave Vildred his old memories, and that's how Vildred became Arbiter Vildred. But the reverse happened here. When the king of Terranor revived Sigret, or rather revived Kisei in the form of Sigret, Kayron actually hated that. The fact that Sigret had some memories, some fraction of memories of the previous world, Kayron had to intervene there. Because one, Kisei is an heir and she would definitely fight the Archdemon again, should the chance be given to her. And two, you see, the thing about Kisei getting back her memories, or rather, my bad, Sigret getting back her memories, is that her son Friedrich is the prince of Terranor at the time, and Kayron wanted to orchestrate Friedrich to oppose the king of Terranor. That way, Charon can get access to the homunculus factory. And when he gets access to the homunculus factory, he can mobilize the homunculus factory against the heir of the Covenant and, Archdemon War, blah blah blah. So if Sigret found out the true nature of this world, if Kisei really did know that the world was reset, she knows that her life was kinda meaningless in the sixth world, I ask you, why did Sigret not join the enemy side? Which I know, you will argue that she did, she's a boss, you fight her. Yes and no. You see, the thing with Sigret is, she is not actually an enemy. See, again, when Charon gave RB his memories, RB opposed the heir of the Covenant. And that's what Charon wants. Charon is like one devil mother... I will not say that word, but Charon is quite literally a Satan in this world. RB complied, or at least RB fell into what Charon wanted him to be. Sigret didn't. And that's when Charon blackmailed Sigret, saying that if Sigret were to oppose the Archdemon, not only will he kill her, but he will kill her son first. And Sigret wasn't allowed to share her feelings, her personality with her son, because, she's looking at him. She knows this is her son. But Charon won't allow her to talk about it. He wants Friedrich to fall into this state of despair. That way, as we said before, that way he can betray the king and mobilize Homunculus Factory, among list of things. And it really makes me think, Sigret was yet another victim of flies. She really believed that the sixth world was the last world. And then she came back, and all she got is heartbreak. And notice Charon, in both times, if Charon really did oppose DJ, why wasn't he fine with leaving Kisei as she was? I don't doubt it. Every person who Charon has given them their memories, they've all opposed DJ. And the ones that do not oppose DJ, he kills them. I'm just like, that's kinda in character. That is lore accurate. Unfortunately, past episode 1, we never see this ever again, because, the world resetting only happens in Britannia. It doesn't happen in the other worlds. My bad. It doesn't happen in the other areas around the world, like episode 2, 3, 4, 5. All they know is that one big flash of light appears and then boom, memories wiped out. I think I'll let N end the video.
Does that mean back then, the two of you? So, the one who died is... Why, Mio? Why would you do this to me? You said you'd be by my side! Mio! All I did for you!